I'm Dr. Erin Clare. I am Director of College Operations for Arts and Humanities and an Associate Professor of English, and I'm also a coach of the Russellville Roller Girls. The Russellville Roller Girls are a group of women who skate to train to play roller derby. And so some do it recreationally, some do it in order to compete around the state and neighboring states. In 2013, some friends decided that they were going to start roller derby. It's popular around the state, it's growing in popularity all over the country, so they decided we needed one here. And they contacted the local roller rink to see if they could arrange for that, and it started there. So it's been going 6 years now. Well, it takes a little bit for everybody to get their gear on, and then we warm up with some laps so our legs are warm, then we stretch, because if you don't have some fluidity in the joints, it's hard on your knees, right? Hard on your hips. So we stretch, and then we usually go through some footwork activities. So practice falling, so there's muscle memory and how to fall correctly in a safe way. Practice stops. Practice different maneuvers, and then we'll begin to actually scrimmage. So then we'll start playing, and the rest of the practice will be us doing what we do best. Yeah. Sometimes we'll test minimum skills because those have to be tested every year, so we need to make sure that we stay up physically to pass those.
Nice! I didn't hit her, I went around her. Bridge! The Denver's gotta tell you to bridge. Well, up you guys.
Yeah, not roasting in those Arkansas summers.
So we'll start super late. Well, we switch our practice to 7 something.
It's usually 7:30 when it gets hot, but
it's just can't. But then the ground soaks up the heat all day. This concrete.
So it's stretching unpleasant.
Radiating. We keep doing it anyway because we love playing derby. It's good stress relief.
And it gets really entertaining when there's more than 2 of us.
Yeah, it's actually we get to play the sport.
Roller derby, there are 2 teams out on the track, 5 players each, 4 blockers and a jammer on each team. And so the blockers from both teams start in a big pack, and then the jammers start behind the line. When the whistle blows, the jammers want to get through that pack. And the first jammer who gets through the pack is the lead jammer and starts scoring points. So she gets through, she circles around, and then after that, every blocker that she passes from the opposing team is 1 point. The blockers, their job is to make sure no one's getting through. So they're going to maneuver with each other's bodies, they're going to hit to knock that jammer out, to knock other blockers out, and to make sure that their jammer gets through and the other blocker doesn't. Each jam lasts 2 minutes, and there are 2 half-an hours the whole game.
Oh wow, I bet you're so tired by the end of it.
Oh yeah, 2 minutes is the longest 2 minutes ever. Because sometimes it's going well, other times you'd struggle the whole way through. And that jammer, when I train jammers, you gotta train them twice as hard. Because a blocker is hitting and maneuvering, a jammer's gotta sprint, and she's on her own most of the time. She's gotta fight for herself, because those blockers are doing other things.
Right.
And they're protecting that, their team from the other jammer getting through. So a jammer's gotta be fierce.
So are you a blocker or a jammer?
I'm a blocker. Because it's more about the teamwork part for me, and I like that a lot. And also we get to hit and use our bodies in a strategic way. And you also get to use each other. So, you know, you move your teammates around, you hold onto their arm, you throw them, you do whatever you need to do. As long as they know in a safe way. Right now, one of the biggest is space. We need an indoor space. We've been skating outside for almost 4 years, and it's horrible on the gear, and we don't get to practice when it's raining, and sometimes it's blazing hot, and we're freezing cold. But that's one of the biggest obstacles. Now, the thing that's nice about skating outside is it's free. And so I can have more people who don't have the means to skate, to afford it, be able to skate whenever they want at no cost. And I like that aspect a lot. But we need an indoor space for our gear, for everything, to be able to compete, all sorts of reasons.
These wheels were new. Now they're bald. And you can't use them indoors now. I wore them about and got lazy, forgot to change them, and now they're smooth as baby's bottom.
Oh no.
Yeah, because this ruins wheels.
Yeah.
It took about 2 practices before they were not about worthy anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cold out here today.
We're warm.
For the wheels?
Yes.
Wow.
So it sucks. You know, and if you're wearing them in indoors, it lasts so much longer.
Right.
You see someone come in at first and they're terrified, and they're just like, oh, I'm gonna fall and get hurt. And then, you know, a few months go by and that fear's gone. It's just evaporated.
Yeah.
Because they've learned, hey, I can control myself. I have strength. If I fall, I just get back up. It happens then, that same skill of not being afraid and taking chances, you take that off the track. It infiltrates everything. If,
Right.
you know, some of them are like, oh, I won't ask for that promotion, I won't ask for that because I don't deserve it, or I'm scared they'll say no. And if you have that confidence, you should be like, no, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna ask for it, worst happens, you say no. I get back up, I keep going.
Right.
It's that same skill. But you have to feel it in the body to be able to
Right.
transfer it to the mind and to everything else in life. And that life lesson is the reason why I love Derby so much.
Guys, listen up. You don't get to jump anymore.
It's a way to help women realize their potential and get over any obstacles they may have mentally. So that's why I do and continue to do this, is because I've seen it help so many women overcome things in their lives just by being out there and realizing how strong they are and that there isn't anything to fear. That's all within their own power. And that is so transformative. And roller derby has done that even more directly than, say, education, which I don't downplay that, that's my career, but I see the results almost within a week or two on what it can do for a woman, how it can transform so many things in her life. The other thing I love about it is it brings together women of all different classes. It brings together women of all different body types. Unlike other sports where ideally you have to be one size to do it best, it's not the case in roller derby. Someone with a big old booty is fantastic as a blocker. Someone who's little itty bitty, it can be great as a jammer. So it's really about how they use their bodies and their skills rather than what they look like. And that is so important to me. And it also helps the women to realize that there's nothing wrong with how they're made. There's nothing wrong with it. And they can be strong and fierce and get over whatever they need to get over with the body that they're in right now. I have met so many women I wouldn't have met in any other way. And you know, I'm out in the community, I'm involved in lots of different things, but we don't realize that different groups of people don't intermingle. So if you're of a certain, say, middle class or upper middle class, you're not necessarily going to meet someone who's scraping by. And so what I love about this group is there's all different people. There's preachers' wives, and there's restaurant servers. There's young girls who are 9, 10, some of the strongest girls I've ever met. And I would not meet them or know how wonderful and amazing they are if I didn't stay with them. And it also forms a sisterhood. I mean, once you're a derby sister, you are forever. And we protect each other, support each other outside the track too. My main advice is always try something new. Be brave. How many lives do you think we're going to get? We get one. And if we live it in fear that we're going to get hurt, what are you waiting for your next life? Right? The worst thing that can happen, you fall down. You just get back up. Do something that shows you that. Because living in fear, that's no way to live.
Activity completed.